Hi guys, and welcome to tonight. It is now, let's take a look. It is 7:30 on the 17th of July, Friday. It is the end of the Forex week. So what I'm going to be doing is the charts are still open at the moment. So this is a Forex Fire episode 20. Okay, so it's a little bit of a catch up. We're not going to be talking about head and shoulders tonight. Although if you've been following my series along for the last couple of weeks, if you just drop a comment below, whether it's in Facebook or whether you're watching this on YouTube, and let me know. Okay, tonight I want to have a little talk about something a little bit more advanced, something that I've been sort of learning, because again, yes, I've been trading for around about 3 years, but you're always a student when it comes to trading Forex, okay? And you're constantly learning, okay? The markets can be cruel, the markets can be hard, but the markets can always be very rewarding as well. And not so much more than a sort of technique I'm going to show you right now, okay, guys? Uh, it's basically based on what you call like a banker strategy. Now, again, I'm not 100% spot on with this, but I'm showing you my progression and my journey within this from a platform that I'm part of in a community, okay, which the community is the Financial Freedom Ninjas. We learn together, trade together, and we win together, albeit that we are not fully showing this strategy within the community of that. There's some strategies that I've sort of put together and sort of amalgamated alongside some other ones, which has a general concept of that very strategy, which is the banker strategy. Okay, so again, I don't profess to be a professional trader, so you can comment all you like, whether it's bad, good. I like to take all sort of feedback from what you see on my lives, okay? And if I can show any sort of value or aha moment with a light bulb and you say, yeah, I can physically see that, I've sort of helped a lot of people along the way when it's come with the Monday's candles and learning that strategy with regards to boxing and zoning things off. For the last 2 weeks, all you need to do is just scroll a bit further down my timeline and look on the YouTube channel, which I've got, and then just look for Monday's candles. There's a lot of videos on there, and that'll give you a sort of very good tutorial on how I look for the patterns, okay, from when I very first started and how I learned, okay? So I'm going on to, and I get myself very excited when I learn some new stuff, okay? So I'm going to start to document my sort of journey with learning this sort of advanced technique. And what I like to do, as always, I sort of break down and try and simplify it for others to see. And I've done that very much so with the head and shoulder pattern. Again, if you didn't see last night's Forex Fire TV episode 19, I advise you to go and see it now, because I've got a great analogy on there where I can teach you how to trade, okay, a big trend reversal, whether it's on the uptrend or downtrend. And I've given an analogy on that, and I've called it Mount Forex. So go and check that out right now, guys. Okay, so comment, like, share, drop the love with the hashtag Forex Fire. We're going to jump into the charts right now. Excuse me. I'm just going to show you sort of where I'm at on my personal journey, and I'm going to try and sort of hopefully get used to understand certain parts of a naked chart, okay, and understand the pattern and what sort of pattern to sort of look out for. Okay, guys. So again, this is new to me, but let's just see if we can learn and have some fun along the way. Okay. So first of all, what you would normally happen is you would normally have this sort of pattern on here on the side, okay? I need to change that and just put it on an Elliott wave, okay? And the pattern I'm sort of trying to find within the charts at the moment are these here, okay? It's your W's and your M, okay? And there's a reason why I'm looking for these patterns, and I'll explain in a minute. So we've got one that's pretty short there. And then I've got another one here, which is wide. Okay, this is a wideish one. Basically, what you're looking for on the concept of this, okay, it's going to be a formation where it's, let's get rid of that. It's going to be a formation where it's giving you equal highs and equal lows, okay? So you're looking at this sort of formation across here. And then you've got another one across here where you've got the equal high and low point, okay? So we've got that there. Again, we go along, you see it's respected this area touch. Bang, 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 bang. You've got the W within that, you've got a low, and you've got your high point, okay? Now, you'll see these patterns many, many times, okay? I'm going to go as slow as I can because, again, this is new to me. And again, my mind's blown when I see things like this. I love working on patterns, okay? Now, if I can bring the structure and the thing across with regards to this style of trading, okay? Again, the risk to reward on certain trades with these can go through the roof, okay? So again, guys, I don't expect anybody to take this on board straight away, but at least if I sort of drill it down and give you a segment at a time, the first part is you look for these W patterns. Within that W pattern, have you got the equal high area and have you got an equal low, okay? Because at the end of the day, retail traders are going to sort of trade off the break and the breakout and retest, okay? But this is where the banks know where the retail traders are setting their traps, where the price trapping and things like this. But there is a technique you can use. And again, it's called the banker strategy. And you can set your parameter where you're going to get the breakout, okay? And where a lot of people get the break and retest, it's going to take that liquidity out, okay? So you've got this here, you've got wicks, and you'll think that's just going to go above here, come back to retest and shoot up, where in fact the banks will push that price up to buy, and they do a buy to sell candle, and they bring it back down, stopping all the retail traders out, and in essence, they'll go back down to that lower part of where you've got the W, okay? So they've stopped everybody out up here, but then they shoot it off, and then they do the buy to sell. And when they do that action, they're coming down to your W pattern on the bottom. And what will happen is on one of those bankers candles on the bottom, it'll retest that area, and then it'll go back in the direction they originally intended, okay? So again, I don't expect you to take that on board, but hopefully I've brought that across a little bit of it as an understanding. And we're going to just go back on the charts. So in essence, again, what you've got, just to show you, get my magic one out. So you've got your high and you've got your low, okay? So what we're waiting for is obviously a push, taking the liquidity out, okay, which is what we got here. And then as it does that, it needs to push and take all this stuff out from below here, okay? So what we're going to do is we're just going to take note that we've got this liquidity here being taken, and what we've got in essence is the push back down to the downside. Okay, so what we've got, when you have that sort of maneuver, you've got on here, let's just see if I can get this trend line. And again, guys, I don't profess to be a professional trader. I just like to learn new styles. Okay, so we've got that there. And again, we've got it here. Okay, guys. So what we've got, you're waiting for a breakout to take liquidity, either on the low or the high and the low. And again, a lot of people would sort of get the break retest and get this here. So once you've got this here and you've got the breakout, the other sort of style of pattern you're waiting for is a flag, okay? So what you're doing is you're waiting, and I'm just going to get a parallel channel. Let's get this here. You're waiting for this to do the W. So again, I'm going to try and make this as easy as I possibly can. As easy as I possibly can, because I like to learn along the way with other people. So number one, this is just one of the sort of styles you can look for to look for this pattern to get in on these trades, okay? So number one, we've got W pattern equal high, low. Okay. Number two, you need a break of the structure area. And this is in my opinion, okay? Again, other people have different interpretations, but this is something that I've sort of trained my sort of visualization to trade this way as well. And I'm getting some success with it, okay? So then what you need is, number three, Number 3, and we'll mark these up. Number 3 is the channel, okay? So number 3, you are waiting for what you call a flag effect, okay? So you've had to push out the breaker structure. You've got the flags. You've got the flag pole, and then you've got the flag here, okay? Now, what you're waiting for on this flag here, you're waiting for the push to come down to retest this here, because you've took the liquidity out of here, okay? All of the liquidity has come out of here. Let's just take a look. And where are we at? All of the liquidity has been taken out of there because you've had the push and it's took it out of here, okay? Then you've got the flag coming down. So it needs to come down to retest this area here. Okay, guys, so what we're going to do, just zoom into here. And then we've got, obviously, the black candles on mine are the push down. So I've got a candle here, okay, the banker's candle, the sell before the buy in this instance, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sort of do the halfway point. We'll just do a horizontal rear. I'm just going to mark off the halfway point, and I would have a stop loss at maybe around about the wick area. I'm just going to mark off what that is. You're looking around about a 30 pip stop loss. Now, if we scroll out, okay. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a buy on here. I'm expecting this, again, the market to move down because we've taken out all the highs on this liquidity here. We're expecting this to come down, in essence, to sort of retest this area to bounce up, okay? Now, the areas you can go for these this is obviously being taken out with a breakout. You've got an area of interest here because, again, it hasn't taken out the liquidities just here. In fact, you could possibly go higher than this. Let's just take a look. We could take this up to this area here. Let's get this on a green. Take that to there because we need to go to retest that at some point. Now, that's a risk to reward of 1 to 16. Okay, guys. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave these on my charts as the weeks go on next week, and we're going to sort of test these. And if you want to follow along, you can do as well. So you've got number 1, you've got a W pattern. Okay, we've identified this. Number 2, we've got the breaker structure. We've had the breaker structure from here. So again, let's just be visual. You've got number 1. Let's just make that purple. In fact, not purple. Let's make this, it's got to be a bright color. Right, number 1, we make it blue, in fact. Number 1. Number 2, we've got to get the breaker structure. We had that right here. Number 2. Okay. Number 3. We're waiting for a bit like the flag effect. Let's go number 3. We're waiting for a flag. And again, to identify the flag, you were sort of got the flag pull, which is your impulse, your breakout. The flag is the downward channel coming down. This is just for extra visualization, okay, guys? So you've got the flag. So again, we're starting to come down in that channel. So I'm just going to put here number 3, okay? And again, these are longer term trades, okay, guys? These are longer term trades. From there, guys, what you're waiting for then is number 4. Let's get rid of that. Let's put that down here. Number 4. It's as easy as a wait, retest of bangers. Okay, so you're waiting the retest of the bangers. And the bangers is half, you do a half point, okay, and I hope you're following along with this. You're doing a half point of that last candle On this occasion, it's the last selling candle to buy. Okay, so this was a selling candle here because it's, in fact, if we get rid of that, the Monday candles, because that's confusing things. So you've got the last sell, because the black candles are the sell. You've got the halfway point, okay, and then the stop loss would be the tip of the candle. Okay, so that is the area of interest, and as we go along, this is going to be the entry. Okay, so we're waiting for this to come down to go up. And again, guys, the risk to reward is phenomenal. That on there is worth about 500 pips. Okay, again, guys, if we just click on here, this is number 4. So as a breakdown, okay, as a breakdown, let's have a look at this again. We are looking for W patterns on the higher time frames, okay? The higher time frames, I work on the 4-hour time frames. You can do other things to drill down to look for these patterns in the lower time frames to get sort of earlier entries and things like that. But to make this a little bit easier to learn this sort of structure and things like that, you can just simply do it on the 1 time frame. In this instance, I'm using the 4 because I don't mind setting these charts up, letting the markets do what they need to do, and see if these come back to retest these areas. Okay, guys? So again, number 1, we find a W pattern, and the W pattern has to have an equal high and an equal low. Okay, from there you move on to number 2. You've got to have a breaker structure, whether it's above or below. Okay, we've had it here on number 2. I need to get that on a blue. So you've had the breaker structure, okay, of number 2. From there, you want to start to see a flag effect. So as you get the accumulation, which is here, okay, and then you've got you start to get the distribution and things like that. You get the exhaustion, which is going to be the flag coming down. Eventually, we should get the push down on here, hopefully coming down to test this area. Now, I'm going to go on to another scan at the moment to show you exactly what I mean. But again, this doesn't happen overnight, but it's well worth the wait when you're getting risk to rewards of stuff like 1 to 16. Okay. Now, if we go to previous W pattern on here, okay, the previous W pattern, we come down, okay, we had a breaker structure up on the top here, okay, taking up liquidity and things like that. And again, if we move down, we come down, we had a breaker structure down here, okay. So that tells me you've had the maneuver, okay. So in essence, you've had the flagpole. It's an upside down one in this instance. So this is the right way up, W, flagpole with a maneuver, okay, and then the exhaustion, which is the flag, okay. You've got the W this way, you've got the flagpole, okay, and then you're starting to get the exhaustion on here, which is the upside down. From here, that's your flag upside down. Okay, guys, so if you just ignore this bit here, the replay bar, this is the upside down bit. You've got the W, the flagpole, and then you've got the accumulation a bit there, and then the flag's upside down, although, again, if you flip this the other way, you'll see it be the exactly same as that. From there, what you've got is, if we just scroll into here, okay, so what you've got the last up before you get the down, okay? So if we do that, we work it from this instance. Let's just see what happens here. Horizontal rear, half of that candle from around about there, and we'll make that black, because that's the last buy before the sell. And we'll make a red one for a stop loss. Okay, and let's just scroll out. Now let's see what happens, okay? Again, we'll get rid of this bit for now. And if we put in a short, okay, let's just put in a short. We've got around about 20 pip stop. And if we ride this down to here, for instance, okay, to where the target is here, let's just sort of clear this out. So we've come down. Let's just drill this in a bit more. I just need to have a look at this, to be fair. Halfway, it's the halfway. Just going to get these fibs. Right, so the halfway of that candle is this here. I'll get rid of that fib. Okay, so again, if we scroll out, and hopefully you're following along with this, guys. Again, that's that there. Okay, we'll do that here. I'm going to just get this bar replay. That would be a stop. Run out 30 pip stop. Okay, now if we do that, if we do this, so again, guys, what you've got your W here. This is the upside down pattern. So you've got the push, you've got the accumulation, and you've got the exhaustion. It's coming back, and this here is the halfway point. We measured the halfway point of wick to wick, and the top of the wick is the stop loss. Okay, guys. So we come back out. We'll see where this is going to go, because that is a banker's candle in essence, and we just play this along. Now, if you watch this, we're coming down. There's your exhaustion. That's your flag, albeit it's an upside down one. We're coming up within that channel. Okay, so again, if you were to draw one of these just to be visual, again, it might make the there's your channel going up. Okay, you want to stay within this channel on the exhaustion. Okay, so if you can just memorize that, because it is a bit messy, to be fair. We just play this out. We've come up, we've come up, we've come up. There's your entry. Look at that. There's your entry right there. Bang. You've more or less got 4 pips of drawdown. Okay. Let's see where this one is at this current time. And again, we're going to be working this off this next W pattern. So as it comes down, we're in profit. Hasn't even given any drawdown as such, apart from 3 or 4 pips. We're coming down within the next exhaustion channel, because this is the upright sort of pattern. And we're coming down, we're still coming down, and then that's it played out. So guys, at the moment, from that banker's candle, it's giving you could have had around about just under 200 pips. Okay, we are expecting it to come down to retest this area, simply because this is the banker's candle here. Okay, so again, if I put that there, we are expecting the next maneuver on the long, we are expecting this to come down to retest that. Okay, again, to go all the way up to there for a 500 pip move. Okay, so what you've got, if this does come down to test this, which I fully expect it will do, you've grabbed around about 355 pips off the first banker's candle maneuver from the upper one, and then it's going to retest that, and it's going to bang straight off there. From one wave to the other, that's going to be around about 800 pips move, all depending on if it takes that structure and that movement on the second wave. Okay, guys. So again, I don't want to sort of confuse things. I just want to show you my journey and what I'm sort of learning. Okay. Those that are following me, if you want to sort of just keep plugging in, see what I do on a day-to-day basis. Over the weekend, what I'm going to be planning on doing is marking some charts up. Okay, we're going to have some fun. We're going to mix it up a bit. We've done some Monday's candles. I think through the week, what we'll do is me structure. This is me structure. Okay, so my structure is going to be through the week. We'll concentrate on Monday's candles. Okay, when the weekend comes, we're going to set up the 4-hour charts ready for this banker stuff. Okay, so if we get in on the bankers during the week, the chart setup's already there. It's a set and forget. Okay, that's what we're going to do with that. Weekends, I'll possibly do maybe 1 or 2 lives where I'm doing these setups. Okay, if you just want to come along for the ride, you can do that. Again, I will be doing my Forex Fire TV episodes and putting what I have done throughout the week on maybe each night or maybe every other night for you to plug in and see what I've been doing. Okay, guys. So hopefully tonight it hasn't been too confusing, I should say. Put my teeth in. But you've seen the power and what I'm sort of learning as an extra sort of hustle with regards to Forex. You do have to understand the structure in the markets a little bit more. But like I say, I'm heavily on patterns, sort of zones, and hopefully you've seen or you've understood a little bit. Okay, guys. So again, we're looking going into the new Forex week next week, just out of that one pair, possibly get towards several hundred pips or so out of that one pair. Okay, guys, great risk to reward. If you've seen this video on anybody's timeline, okay, get back to that person that shared the video, because guys, there's not just me that's involved with this community. There's so many other people, okay? Again, if you want to have a one-on-one, if you want to have a chat, I can do that whenever I'm free. I don't mind doing that. Again, there's a 7-day free trial where you can watch what we do from a beginner aspect, because that's what we do with this group. We start from a beginner aspect. We do over 30 hours a week of educational training sessions together, okay? And I've sort of got a couple of strategies in there with the help of these guys in here. We've sort of what we call ninja-fy things up, and we sort of condense the parameters down to make it easy to enter, easy to understand, and easy to get your profits. Okay, guys? So again, if you've enjoyed what you've seen tonight, comment, please like. I like to have all these engagements. Drop the hashtag ForexFire. Most importantly, share the content if you don't mind, please. Drop the love in the hashtag ForexFire, guys, okay? This has been ForexFire, a little bit of an impromptu episode tonight, but that's going to be the schedule from next week, guys. Just to sign off, we are going to do the Mondays candles just to get used to learn that through the week. And then on the weekend, we're going to start doing the smart money stuff with regards to marking up these patterns, these charts. And if they activate through the week, hey, it's extra pips, profit. It's all good. Okay, guys? See you later.